Proverbs 22:3 says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." We've had a lot to say about this proverb and could say a whole lot more than we're going to. But this is a basic fact or rule, and it doesn't matter whether the simple who passes on does so on purpose or not. He or she will still be punished. And that punishment, it can be self-punishment. It can be just bringing on punishment to themselves. And I hope I'm not talking to anyone like this, but you know, there are a huge number of people that I've met through the years who do dumb things, and when they suffer for it, they somehow think that it matters that they didn't do it on purpose. I was on the scene of an accident years ago where this young lady had been placed in handcuffs and being placed in the back of a police cruiser after causing an accident. She begins crying and said, "I didn't do it on purpose." And the officer said, "I'm sure you didn't, ma'am, but you broke the law and we're going to have to place you in our car and take you in for processing," or something along those lines. But after causing property damage and injury by speeding and being reckless and running a red light, and it turns out having one too many wine coolers, she was shocked that she was being held responsible for her actions. She chose to go ahead and keep driving intoxicated. She chose to speed. She chose to be reckless. She chose to run the red light. But since she didn't purposely intend to hit anything or injure anyone, she believed in her heart of hearts she shouldn't be punished. Somehow I can picture her growing up and getting away with everything she ever did because she had the looks of a young beauty queen and the sweet disposition of a princess, and always said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't do it on purpose." And there are all kinds of people just like her out there. I taught my children by pointing out that if they jumped off a ledge without looking and it turned out that it was 100 feet fall to the bottom, when they hit bottom and died or were severely injured, it wouldn't matter that they didn't do that on purpose. They didn't mean to jump 100 feet. They thought it was just 4 feet. It wouldn't matter. And I asked him, would that somehow make them not dead anymore? Intent does not change the outcome once the deed is done. If you go on and refuse to see the evil or don't check your way and you don't change your direction, you will be punished, regardless of whether you were careless or whether you did it intentionally or not. And I can tell you there are people who purposely remain oblivious to the gospel and to their need of salvation and to their own sin. They don't read the Bible, they don't listen to gospel messages, they don't read the gospel tracts handed to them, and they won't talk to those who lovingly confront them with their sin and need of salvation. And the fact is, there'll be many people in hell who didn't go there on purpose, but they chose to ignore their sin, they chose to ignore the gospel, they chose to live a life that never took God or His Word seriously. Paul said it short and sweet in Romans 14:12. "So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God." You'll give an account for ignoring God, and there will be no excuses. The thing to do is to take note of who you are and what you are, who God is and what He is. God is your creator, He is holy, and He is the final judge. You are a sinner, and there's no means for you to pay for your own salvation. So the thing to do is to be saved and live for God, to turn to God on purpose and receive His free gift of salvation. You can't earn it. It's by faith in the gospel of Jesus Christ, and it has to be done on purpose. Read and study and memorize and obey His Word on purpose. Do this and put into practice the wisdom we're learning from Proverbs and the rest of Scripture, and you will minimize the consequences of bad choices, as we read or did read in Proverbs chapter 8, verse 5. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Follow God and His Word on purpose.